Look, I love Crawford. I love what he's done in the sport. He's number two.
Yeah, Christopher, really nice to meet you. We're a UK channel, we're not over in Canada too often, so I'd like to give you the opportunity to tell the fight fans back in the UK a little bit about Christopher Guerrero, what they can expect in the ring for Saturday night.
I know there's a lot of big boxing fans in the UK. It's one of the capitals of boxing in the world. A bit about me, I'll say my nationality, my dad's Mexican and my mom's Italian, so figure why I box and fight. 9-0, 5 KOs, fighting on this Better BF card. I'm really excited to fight on it. I'm on a KO streak of 5 fights, 5 knockouts. Never went past the 5th round, and we're gonna, hopefully we don't have to get past the 3rd round this fight, because that's what I predict. I think this fight's gonna end in a 3rd round KO. I saw what I had to see from my opponent, and that's what I had to say.
We'll come on to your opponent in just a bit. When you're fighting on a card of this magnitude, I mean, in terms of boxing in Canada, it's, you know, mega, unified light heavyweight world title fight, Artur Beterbiev, a pound-for-pound star. Is there an extra thing in the back of your mind? I mean, obviously getting the win is first and foremost, but to make that statement and make people excited about the career of Christopher Guerrero?
Yes, it's a pleasure for me to be on this Better BF card. It's also not just Better BF, but there's 2 world title fights happening in this card, Maloney, and there's obviously Christian and Billy that's ranked very high in the 168s. Very avoided fighter too. I'm just very grateful to have this opportunity to really put on a show in front of 9,000 people. I've never been in front of this many people before, but listen, the more pressure there is on me, I excel in that very well. I like pressure. I like being put on the spotlight. I like being under the lights, and we'll see what happens Saturday. All I'm worried about now is making weight. Honestly, I'm not really worried about the fight. The work's done. There's nothing more I can do. I just need to cut a few more pounds and eat. I'm starving, man.
You talked about fighting in front of 9,000 people. You admitted it'll be the biggest stage you've boxed on. Do you think it's going to be beneficial to you having these fights in the bigger stage in front of a bigger audience at the earlier stages of your career, so when it gets to crunch time you're ready and it's just normal for you?
100%. Listen, to get used to be good at an environment, to be good, like in a certain environment, you have to get used to the environment, right? Just like, I don't know, training in altitude, you understand? You fight in front of you breathe thin air, you come down, you breathe, you know?
Better, yeah.
Exactly. So the amount of times I fight in front of big crowds, that's would obviously get me in a better place to fighting in front of big crowds. But I think that I was meant to fight in front of big crowds, because the more people there are, the more I perform. Like, I think in Gatineau there was like 1,500 people, but at the Montreal Casino there was like 500. Yeah. And I've had my best performances at the Gatineau Casino because I like the ambiance there, because there's so much more people, you understand? And yeah, that's it. I'm just very excited to fight in front of all these people.
Let's talk about the man in the opposite corner. His record's a bit of a mixed bag, Herrera, but Mexicans, we know they're teep tough. It's a big opportunity for him as well to change his life. Obviously, I'm sure you've got aspirations of bigger names and bigger fights, but you're not going to be overlooking this man on Saturday night.
No, at all. Listen, I'm not overlooking him, but I'm very aware of what I'm capable of. You can ask a lot of people that I'm not, how can you say, I'm not cocky about it, I'm not egotistical, but people know that I know my worth as a boxer, and I know my skill of what I can do, you understand, and what I can perform in the ring. And listen, the last 2 fights I predicted what round they were going to end. I knew they were going to end because I saw what I had to see from my opponent. Herrera, on the other hand, is listen, I'll give it to him. He's got good grit. He's got good heart. He's a tough guy, you know. I'm Mexican. I know what they're made of firsthand. You understand? My dad's from Mexico City. He's been through it all. But as far as technique goes, as far as skill goes, I don't think he's got it to hang in with me there.
Last thing I want to talk to you about, Christopher. You mentioned up there you've been sparring with a certain Giron Edis. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Talk to me a bit what it's been like being around Giron, sparring him. How much have you learned from that? Tell us about it.
The thing is with Jaron Ennis, man, he just became world champion because Crawford vacated that IBF belt. Why do you think he vacated that IBF belt? I don't think he wants. No one should want smoke with Jaron Ennis. Listen, I did probably 15 rounds with him. That whole time I was there for like 9 days. We'd sparred 3 days. We were doing 4-minute rounds, 30 seconds off. You know, I hung in with them. I hung in with him in the ring. You know, listen, I can say so much, but at the end of the day, man, there was nothing I could have done that would have overcame his skill and his power and his overall build of a athlete. He's amazing. Both hands. He's the best. For me, he's the best. For me, he's the best there is out there right now. Better than Canelo, better than Crawford, better than anyone. Just he's very young and he just needs to show it to the world.
You mentioned that fight with Terence Crawford, or potential fight with Terence Crawford. It's one boxing fans would love to see. We're not really sure what Bud's next move is, but there is an impression it probably won't be Giron. You mentioned there you think you might not want the smoke. Would you pick Jaron Ennis to beat Terence Crawford if that happened this year?
Any day of the week. Look, I love Crawford. I love what he's done in the sport. He's number 2 pound for pound. Like, as far as accolades go. But if you want to put skill in there, if you want to just count like the upside, I think Ennis has that edge on him. He has youth, but he's got that IQ too. He's always 10 steps ahead of you. He'll beat you to that punch. You're in a clinch. You'll throw a little body shot. You'll have 3 coming back at you. You understand? But I think Jaron Ennis would definitely take that 100%.
Well, Christopher, I really appreciate you giving me some more time. It's been really interesting listening to you. Going to be looking out for you on Saturday night and your career from here on in. So yeah, thanks very much, bro.
I wanna.
Yeah, shout out any sponsors you got, of course. Take the mic.
Well, I wanna shout out my my nutrition brand, Bull Nutrition. They're on the come up. They got some really good supplements. If you guys come to Montreal and want to look for a good party, there's this club 212 downtown. They're pretty good. Also, if you want to taste some real authentic Mexican food in Montreal, because Montreal's a very foodie place, I suggest one of my sponsors, Morelia Restaurant. That guy's straight from Morelia, so he's got all the recipes. I want to shout out my cleaning company that sponsors me, Sirenet. I want to shout out if you want any jewelry, Teresa and Sons got you for that. And yeah, that's about it. And I want to say, don't miss it from the UK, this fight. I want you guys to get to know me, and I want to get to know you guys as well. So follow me on my Instagram, MG Guerrero. My TikTok, MG Guerrero. I got like 30K on there, I think, or something. And yeah, just don't miss this fight. You're going to see what I'm about. Thank you.
You heard it there, folks. Nutrition, nightclubs, food. This man's got you covered, and I'm sure some entertaining action in the ring. Thanks very much, mate.
No problem.
Top man, brother.